said that on air.
Yeah. Save these gems for the show.
Yeah. No, we do that a lot. Like we're just talking about shit. I'm like, shush.
Yeah.
Don't explain it to him. Oh. But no, I listen to them live at the Creek Dunk Game.
Yeah.
It feels similar to the show.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it seems like they have a very, very like loose.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason.
Structure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is like that guy Louis J. Gomez does like push along if it gets kind of boring.
I feel like he's the producer. Yeah, because he was actually the guy when they were like, "Hey, what's the time range for how often a girl gets raped?"
All right.
And he had to look that up.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, like.
Hey, by the way, it's 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes. Did we go live?
I said, you know, I'd like a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's as big as a house.
Does that joke mean the same shit to you guys as it does to me, or no? Like,
She's big and fat.
no, not the meaning of it. Oh, fuck her. I can't convey shit. That joke, like when I was a little kid, we're playing that, by the way, because we're going to do later in this show, whatever the hell we're going to wind up calling this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Later in this show, we're going to talk about the first R-rated movie we ever saw. And mine, like the first thing that got a hard R was Predator. Like, I think I saw No Way Out or some shit before that. And that might have been for like an occasional titty or something.
What was No Way Out?
It was Kevin Costner as like a Russian spy. Oh shit, that was like the ending.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Well, I saved you $5
spoiler, you
watching
son of
No
a
Way
bitch.
Out. Yeah. You know, there was like the on-screen suicide where a guy like swallows a pistol.
Yeah.
And it goes kaboom, and in slow motion, you just see like his little tuft of hair in the back go, like a Lhasa Apso rolling over on a couch. You know, it doesn't look like a fucking mud firecracker going off or anything. No, just a little poof.
Wait, so you're asking me, does that song?
No, just
Bring up
Predator.
suicide and
No, that's the match theme. No, that goddamn Predator joke. That was the first time I was like, holy shit, I'm in on what the cool kids are doing. Like, I didn't get to see slasher shit. So Predator, I was like, Mom, you know, it's not like Jason fucking anyone with a knife. And it's not Freddy Krueger. I'm not gonna have nightmares. Like, it's just a good old fashioned alien blowing people's guts out. She's like, I guess. I don't want you to grow up gay.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Well, we're
It'll be
delving
all
into
right.
this topic a little too. I mean, we can get into it if you want. We can talk about it now.
I'm just saying that joke from the beginning of Predator, I told on the playground so many goddamn times. I didn't know what half those words meant.
What is this guy talking?
That guy sounded like Bill Burr, though.
Oh.
Didn't he? Didn't he sound
Hawkins?
exactly like Bill Burr?
That is Shane Black, who actually wrote Iron Man 3 and a bunch of other shit.
Really?
I could do Predator trivia all fucking day.
Sounds
I hope you're good at
Oh.
trivia because I signed us up for it. On a big scale, baby.
All right, so
you guys are into trivia now? I'm learning a lot about you guys.
We're gonna learn-
a little early.
We're trying to make some money.
I haven't done shit with that
Did you get
trivia.
rich quick scheme?
That is 100%. I was like, I knew John would pay off. I knew it.
I know.
NBC's got that new show, and I am banking on John. By the way, it's a trivia show. When I told you I was signing up for that thing,
Oh, really?
it's trivia.
I think I can do it.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like trivia and basketball. I'll shoot hoops.
yeah.
You do the trivia.
I mean, if it's just free throws, I know you do granny style. It's
Right.
embarrassing as shit. Like,
Automatic.
oh my god, yeah.
I was gonna say you've made this comment before. I'm white as hell. I don't see why I couldn't make any 3-pointers.
That's
I
true.
should be fine.
You could just do all Larry Bird quotes. I'll do Predator quotes. You do Larry Bird quotes. Like, you look at the competition before the 3-point contest, and you're like, I'm just looking to see who's number 2.
I'm trying to think of any Larry Bird quotes.
Larry Bird is just a
Watch me
meme.
make this
really
shot.
steam
That's a
really
Miss
much.
McDonald's commercial. That's all I can say.
No, there's a lot of trash talking from Larry Bird. I remember one time some guy tried to get in his head before, I believe, a Christmas game, and Larry Bird made sure to pull up right next to him where he was on the bench and just drains a 3 and turns to him and says, Merry fucking Christmas, and goes on ball.
One of us has a 401k.
Larry Bird was
and a nest egg.
fucking-
That sounds like a white person thing.
Yeah, really. That was a white person thing.
So should we bother like explaining what's going on here, or just kind of like do it.
I like to. You and I have the radio backgrounds to some extent. I don't like just being like, bah, here's words. Yeah. So I'm John Papa Giorgio. I do the Papa's Basement show. And you guys,
Othello Boucher.
There
I
you go.
used to work in radio like 5 years ago. There's no reason you can remember me from that though. So I'm just a guy who's here.
You're just a dude asking a podcast to love you.
Onto your studio time. That's what this is.
And I'm Pete Maybe, and I'm here because, I do the Papa's Basement show, and we asked Othello to join us for something a little new.
Yeah, Oates over here, that's his nickname. We'll call him Oates. I like it. It's
That's
faster. Cool. At first, I was like, hey, you want to do some episodes of Papa's Basement with us? And he's like, fuck it, I want a show that's like I'm part of, like equal share thing. And I was like, he's right. And you know what? I also would like a show where I'm not the focus. Like you guys can, the show sucks. I'd be like, well, those two ate shit. I was killing with my 33.3%.
Right.
And
plus I can't really censor myself. Well, I can, but I feel like I'm not being true to myself if I'm watching what I say and respecting your guys' FCC,
compliance.
Technically FCC compliant, which is usually what we put because a couple things sneak in.
Yeah, of course it always does.
Yeah, and I don't know how it couldn't. I mean, and they have weird rules like you can't describe a dick, or you can't be like.
You can't call it delicious.
You can't.
You can't pee. You can say you're peeing,
stuff,
but you can't pee on or pee in anything. Yeah, it's weird.
It's so crazy.
And I'm kind of like I'm kind of traumatized by my time in terrestrial.
We're gonna be in
radio.
a lot of stuff on the show.
So I wanted to kind of break away from that, and luckily you guys were down to try something new. So fortunately we're here and we can talk about it, areolas and pooping on and peeing on stuff as much as we want. That's all I request.
I'm a fan of the big ones, both areolas and dumps.
I know.
Put that out there. Okay.
He does like big old areolas.
Dude, I can't help
it's a little
it.
strange
we talked
too.
about it before.
Yeah. He's like the bumpier the better.
I
He
mean,
said that. That's his catchphrase. That's his.
I'm not actually a texture guy so much. I don't need a braille titty, but
you're more about like diameter.
Yes, thank you.
I need to know it's there.
And I want it to have good dimensions. I want it to look more saucery than like twisted like the Milky Way.
Okay.
Like I don't like it.
I totally get like that. Yeah.
A lot more. See, that's the kind of thing we can say on this show.
Exactly. Yeah, the one that looks like the third eye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Jupiter's eye.
Yeah.
And the other thing is
wide
we're going to
open.
bring in the video element eventually. I don't know how, but we're going to figure it out. And that way, like we can bring up videos and pictures of the areolas as we're talking about them.
Yes, that is true.
And for right now, if we want to do any of that, I'll fix it in post. So don't even worry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're just
if you guys want to bring up anything, I'll fix it in post.
So like someone will listen to this podcast and then we'll say this and you'll make it so they have like this fucking road to Damascus vision in their head of like Carmella Bing's tits back before she became a BBW porn star.
I will do it in post and I will explain.
You'll make people
just
listen.
to, yeah, exactly. Like somebody would be explaining it.
All right, yeah. So I just like the idea of more shows. Fuck it. For me, we do Papa's once a week, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! Like the average guy doing radio is doing what, 4 hours a day, something like that, 20 hours a week. We're doing 1 hour a week.
Even Rogan does his show
He
twice
does
a
like
week.
4 hours
Each time, yeah. So
each time, yeah, he's like a marathon. But then again, if we were on shrooms, I think we could be on
shrooms and alpha brain,
some subs.
drinking our own piss.
I'm down, dude.
Really?
No, I wouldn't do that. I thought about it though. There was a UFC fighter. He was like the champion of the UFC, Lyoto Machida.
Yeah.
He's like half Brazilian, half Japanese, and like swore by.
Oh, both piss drinking cultures. Is that what you're tiptoeing?
John knows, because I bring that up every time because there was a Machida fight, and Joe Rogan goes, "Well, I fucking drink my piss."
Said that?
He didn't say I fucking drink my piss. He goes, I have drank my piss in order to combat a fight or an illness.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right.
I'm sorry.
He has gone off the deep end.
I was gonna,
His dad was like interviewed, Lyoto Machida's dad, and he's like this old like Japanese-looking dude.
Yeah.
And the guy, Ariel Hawani, was like, hey, so what's up with this? You guys drink your own piss? And he literally did it like right there on the spot.
Jesus, dude.
And I was like, maybe these guys are onto something.
Nah, fucking.
I want to be champions.
Maybe they know something.
Before the term "jump the shark" came around, drink your piss was the code for this guy lost his shit. I think I've mentioned this name before, but like there was a lifter, Mike Metzner, I believe, or Mentzer. I forget his fucking last name. But he was all like, oh, I'm not really into steroids, this and that. And he did then he was like, I'm not even into protein really. And he kept saying these things and people were like, this is a little loopy, but the guy's like competing for Olympia. So fuck it, he might be onto something. The moment he just loses everyone, they're like, okay, Mike is just out there. He's like, I wake up every day and drink my piss.
Dude, that's what it takes, man. Like if you have results to show for whatever crazy shit you're doing, you can justify the most like ridiculous acts ever. But if you like come in third at Olympia, everyone's like, dude, that guy's fucking crazy for drinking his own.
Yeah.
But if you won like 5 years in a row, they'd be like,
If you win, if you win something, you have to do whatever you want.
Right.
You would have to win big, though. You would have to be like fucking first place, Ronnie Coleman big. Second place was like Frank Zane. You know what I'm talking about? Like 50 pounds
Wait, who's Frank Zane?
hamburger meat.
Is he also a lifter?
Yeah, Frank Zane was from, I guess, the golden age of bodybuilding, from
Okay.
Schwarzenegger's era. And he was like the guy that really wasn't beefy. He was just the last guy that looked like symmetrical as shit. I remember there was a picture in the New Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding of like him holding up his sister, who's a bikini chick, like on his bicep.
It's kind of weird.
Little
Yeah, it's a little
bit,
strange, yeah.
It might have been someone else holding her up. I don't know. The incestuous thing's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. Well, you know, when you're a winner, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. Bicep fist your sister. That's you drink your piss.
Go elbow deep, it's fine.
I mean, as long as it's something that you claim is contributing to your victory.
Exactly.
Like, you can't get away with anything just because you win. Like,
No, that'd be great if you're like, look, I drink my piss because it's delicious. Like it's actively holding it back.
I fight dogs
Yeah.
because I'm a really good quarterback.
Yeah, try and stop me getting my crisp piss every morning. I do nothing weird that contributes to. Well, I have really.
I think that's why we're not champions, because we're not doing something weird.
You think so?
this is a start.
Right?
We're sitting here talking about areolas and piss drinking.
Yeah, we're alienating any female listener, and I feel like we have a lot of. At least the Poppin' Show has a lot of female listeners.
No, I think girls are kind of into this stuff. Not into fucking
piss drinking,
but they're into hearing guys talk about their disgusting fucking topics of conversation. You know, they can kind of be a fly on the wall of
I suppose, yeah, because it is. This is going to be so cringy and douchey, but we are kind of real about it. Like, there's no like fake guy thing. That always drove me fucking nuts about the Man Show, where it was. Do you remember? You know, the old Corolla. Yeah, just the whole like. What is yeah.
Oh my God! If you hear that at a bar today, it is the most infuriating thing.
I mean,
you're like, I need to get away from those guys.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh no, man! They're gonna do some night of rape murder shit.
What were you saying? What's cringeworthy about I thought that show was awesome.
I didn't like the whole like tongue in cheek. This is what it is to be a man. They had that old fucking honky, like, you know, with no peristolic motion, you could just drink a beer, like, you know, just chug it down. And it was like, oh, now it's girls on trampolines. I'm like, that's not what it is to be a man. Like, we've already moved on to hardcore pornography through my AOL browser, goddammit. Like, I don't give a shit to see, like, non-moving, fake LA tits.
It was almost like they were trying too hard to sell everyone on, like, the man aspect of the show.
Yeah, it was a
None of those guys took care of their family. They all walked away.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, the guy that could like chug a beer, they're like, look, he can chug a beer. And they're like, yeah, but he also has like 4 kids and he hasn't seen.
I was like, is there a BET spinoff or what are we talking about here? No, it drove me nuts because I was like, that's not being a man. Like, to me, a man was like, at least at that age, like compulsively lifting and just trying to get in as much porn time as possible.
Yeah.
Anytime you're trying like extra hard to boast your manhood and the man element of your life, and it always comes like anytime anybody brags about like their man cave and the awesome friggin' RG3 fathead poster they have, and their own like kegerator, I'm like, all right, dude, like what are you trying to overcome?
Yeah, it's the pageantry of being a dude.
Yeah, it's like just be a dude. Like don't try to sell everybody on the fact that you have a penis. Like just be normal. Girls do that though. Like girls definitely, with the girls' night out and making everything like centered around the fact that they're chicks. That's kind of like
the whole penis pops thing. That kind of shit.
For some reason, it's like okay for them to do it. Like, but with guys, it's just
because girls are all about cute pageantry and bullshit like that. Like that's what it is to be a girl, at least in my mind. Like it's all about go team go, and we'll act all femme and shit. But like guys doing that is so cringeworthy. Like guys, like the football team.
Do you know how weird it would be if we had vagina hats?
I mean, that's
a bachelor party.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, they're called beanies.
I mean,
vagina popsicles at like bachelor
beanies.
Parties. Just flinging cans of tuna. Here's your pussy in a can. I wipe it on your face. It's a very bizarre difference. And what's weird is that whole thing has become more and more, I think, the norm for girls, whereas guys, for their bachelor parties, have pulled away and away. Like, who the fuck do you know who's had an actual bachelor party where it's like something out of the movies, which admittedly you might go, hey, dumb fuck, it's out of the movies.
Guys are pulling away from like the
they're like, I remember
ones where people die.
Strip club. And,
like I had exactly.
That's when it really gets exciting.
Like I'm really thinking very bad things. Like when was the last time one of you fucked Kobe Ty and put a coat hang,
right into the back of his skull?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, dude, I can't even tell you guys how many times I've heard about or been invited to a bachelor party where the guy was like, or the guy setting it up was like, oh man, like we're gonna go out, but here's the thing, like his girl's like really weird about chicks and strip clubs. Like I hear that all the time.
I know.
You're like, yes, every girl.
Yeah. But I feel like
that.
10, 20 years ago, it was just like, that's just what guys do. And now it's like, no, like we figured out a way to control our dudes and we're just gonna guilt them into not having fun on their last night of being a single man. Like my buddy actually, I was the best man at his wedding or when he got engaged. And I mean, I was really young. I was like 20, or 21. So I don't really have like the money to do anything fun. But I do remember that.
Did you know fellow 21-year-old women? Because you could have gotten them to like tag up on.
No, like he's kind of has like a religious background. He's like super religious Puerto Rican family and all that jazz.
Okay.
And so like his close friends and family, like his cousins and stuff, they're the same way. And I remember like again, I didn't want to spend any crazy amount of money because I didn't have it, but I remember it was like, hey, dude, if you can't go to strip club, or if you don't want to, like that's probably going to be better because it's probably not going to fly with like her family and stuff. That's gay. Like, what am I supposed to do? So we went to like Buffalo Wild Wings.
The same shit you would do on any Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's his last day of freedom.
Yeah.
Where you would go after church.
Yeah.
Like that would be fine. That would be fine if your friend winked at you and was like, dude, just give me a prostitute in 5 years. I'd be like, okay, like he's still living.
He just crossed his legs. He's like, I'll hold it.
Yeah, maybe one day actually. I could definitely pay for it now, but nah. I mean, his
you got a good one, yeah.
His family is like they've embedded that guilt into his mind.
Jesus.
Where, like, even if he knows that there's no risk of like anything shitty happening, like I think he still feels bad about it. So
I'm not the best about that. I'm like this is another old-fashioned man thing. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Are you like taking care of your girlfriend or wife or kid, the kids, whatever? Then like, what the fuck does it matter if you go dump a load elsewhere? That's a tree falling in the woods, man.
I don't think any guys.
See, he always takes us to the dump load. It's like we were just trying to see some titties, and he's like, and he was like, I want to see a tree.
I'm Don Draper coming home to Betty and like the little, the two little twats she's raising. Like, here's your mansion in New York, bitch. Like, yeah, I got blown off. The fucking heroin girl, the art girl, fucked me in the city before I came home. So what? I took a goddamn shower to wash the chlamydia off. You're not gonna catch it.
You'll be all right.
Yeah, like I'm sorry.
Wait 20 years. That shit'll clear up.
If your girl's not fucking you enough to catch anything to begin with, she has no room to complain. That should be the law. Like, yeah, I got AIDS, and you know who doesn't? My wife, because she doesn't fuck me. Any questions? Like, no, not guilty. Next case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird catch-22 that like married guys are in, where it's like I saw this article. It was like a man shaming article where it was like what married guys say to their wives and what it actually means. And one of them was like, "Hey, kids went to bed early. You ready to head to bed, or you ready to go to bed, or whatever?"
Ready to go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
What this really means is like something like, I'm going to try to bang you even though you've worked all day. And
oh my God.
Whatever.
Oh my.
And I was like, why are they perpetuating this? Like, dude, it's so toxic for anybody's relationship to like embed that little seed of fucking like hating your man for wanting to bang you in their minds. It's like, what's wrong with the husband trying to fucking bang his wife because the kids are asleep early? Like, shouldn't it be that way?
Are they supposed to be there?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
It's like he's not supposed to beat off the porn because that. You hate that. You don't want him to go to strip clubs or the Asian massage parlor.
Yeah.
What's wrong with him trying to do it the legit way?
Yeah, actually fuck his chick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the pussy that was bought and paid for on White Dress Day. I don't get that. Is that really like, that is a horrible article. What fucking publication was that piece of shit?
Probably like the Huffington Post or something.
Holy shit.
100,000 views at least.
I'm not inciting violence, but send that person anthrax.
It's terrible. Like what he really means. Unless we have a video, and then the guy later, under waterboarding circumstances, said that, oh yeah, that's actually what I really meant.
Yeah,
that's
fuck
bull
you.
crap. You're just
shit.
being an asshole.
But stop acting like he had some sinister motive. You want sex with his wife.
Exactly. He's like, the kids are asleep.
It's like,
I want sex.
It's validating their crazy, like, everybody knows, even women know that, like, they can turn a fucking molehill into a mountain and let the tiniest fucking little sentence ruin their week. And it's validating their crazy thoughts. That type of writing, that type of propaganda is like getting them to feel okay about thinking this insane shit that probably leads to divorce. Like those type of thoughts are definitely what feeds into relationships getting ruined.
Here's my theory on every divorce ever. Somehow, any guy gets it into his head, like, has no comprehension of Buddhism and non-permanence and shit. They're like, things are really good right now. They've been good for about 2 to 3 years already. Let's just get married for eternity. The rest of and there's just no, like, time changes, man. You ever heard, like, the whole fucking metaphor about, like, if you're shooting a rocket to the moon and it's, like, 1/10 of a degree off, well, in all those moon miles, it's going to go off a long way. Like, you're going to miss it. You're not going to bury your rocket in the moon man's eye, like in that old-timey movie clip. You're like, what is he talking about?
No, I said there's an old-timey saying.
So you're saying that's the anti-shoot for the
I'm
moon?
saying,
I get it.
Right amongst the stars?
I'm saying you can be with your girl.
I think he's saying you're going to be way the F off.
No, I'm saying you're saying that's wrong. Like that's actually not true. You miss and you go for
Yeah.
Your rocket paths might be together now, but it's like, in
you
10 years,
your head will explode. It's going to be fucking terrible.
You might be two completely different people, and you really got together only to have kids, only to propagate the species, or you felt some sort of pressure that you were like a loser if it didn't happen to you, if you didn't get attached. Yeah. Like if that whole idea of this is what's normal weren't out there, how many people really would be like, this is the person, like, undoubtedly, I'll be with them forever, and I want to make that official. I want to get the law involved in this shit. I don't think it would be a thing. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we're getting real deep.
Like,
after starting off with strip clubs.
Yeah,
I mean,
big pussy jokes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think just the fact that, like, that there's all this, like, this anti-manhood, beliefs and ideas and writing and stuff like that. Like, it's so poisonous. It's like not allowing dudes just to be fucking dudes.
I think there's a big, like, like, just let's shit on white straight male thing going on out there. And, like, I'm not even coming from, like, the conservative side on that. Like, if I had to pick my beliefs, I like abortions like crazy. They're the best. And, like, I don't mind giving poor people money and shit, so whatever. Like, I guess that makes me liberal. And, like, I don't think people need 100 guns. A couple still do. But,
1 or 2.
I'm still, though, like, if you're so hell-bent on being like, words can hurt, a word puts a thought into the world to even like, the word faggot is disgusting. Don't ever use it.
Hey, we took it back.
But yeah, did we? Are we public about that on air? Okay.
Hey.
But then
yeah, we are.
on the other
Send to show the faggot show.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a big triangle.
We're 3 dudes just sitting in a room trying to do it every week.
Cock triangle.
I like that.
And yeah, but somehow it's okay with like a wink and a nod to be like, haha, but you know what? Straight white guys, fuck them, am I right? And it's like, do people, if they have any sort of agenda, it feels like it's almost always we come at it from this place of like, these are my beliefs and I'm so fucking smart for having them, and anyone else that has them can eat my shit because I'm so right. And it's like, don't you want to come from this angle of like, I'm trying to be a really nice dude because this is what I believe and I kind of want to convince you, or at least I would like you to see some of my wisdom here. So I'm trying to be the nicest motherfucker possible.
Right, yeah.
Like, if you came into me, and again, faggot hour.
Okay.
And you're just screaming.
This before the camera was on.
Yeah, you're just screaming. Let's just say you're a Dallas fan. And I mean, I'd shoot you on sight because I'm Washington.
I believe you, yeah.
You're screaming how great the Cowboys are and you won't shut the fuck up about it. Like, I want you to die on principle.
Yeah.
If you're mild with it, if you just casually mention you're into something and otherwise it doesn't come up in the conversation, I'm like, that's a cool dude. Like, maybe I want to explore what the fuck that guy said. I'll at least Google it for 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have that attitude. We're all like so up our own asses.
I mean, to piggyback off your analogy, like if I meet a Cowboys fan and he is like all up in my face and like abrasive about it, I'm like, fuck this dude. Like, this guy piece of shit. But there have been plenty of times where I'm sitting at a bar, a dude comes up next to me, and he like subtly in conversation drops the fact that he's a Cowboys fan, and like we'll just go back and forth like, oh yeah, man, that sucks about Des Bryant being crazy and fucking his mom, but you guys got a pretty good season coming up. Like, we'll be cordial, and I'll even like sort of like kind of prop his team up, and he'll prop my team up. Yes. But if you're in my face about it, it's like, fuck you. There's no conversation to be had. And I feel like right now it's like you aren't judged based on like the facts and the argument you bring to the table. If people see that you're coming from a position without even hearing you out, it's fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck you and everything you believe in, because I know for a fact you're wrong. In fact, I heard this term the other day and I was like blown away by it. People are saying that things are hate facts now.
I've heard hate fuck. What is a hate fact?
It's a fact. Like, hypothetically speaking, there's a person who says Trump's a racist because he said all Mexicans are rapists. And if you go to the table and you're like, oh, well, actually 80% of women who are legally crossing the border are raped through the process, that is a hate fact because it supports whatever crazy fucking belief, or it is a contradiction to the belief that they know to be true that Trump is a racist. So it's a hate fact if you even debate them with like actual statistics.
I mean, this might sound like a hate fact. I think all millennials are Titanic pussies after hearing that.
Yeah.
Is that a hate fact? Or,
But aren't we millennials? Like, don't we fall into that?
I think you do. I'm like in this weird kind of like between, because you're what, 29?
I do.
29, yeah.
You're 30. You guys both do. I think I am.
But I feel like we're not. But I think every millennial is just like,
wait, hold on.
Has their cloak.
How are you not and I am?
No, I said I feel like we're not.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
But apparently we are.
Are we though? I feel like
you guys are. I think 40, I'm not.
Like
under 40. That's like some Gen X shit. Hold on, let me look it up real fast. Oh, this is great. You guys.
All I know is that you need to bring up. I think that actually, based off of his story that he was just telling, was the Colin Quinn, the spot that you wanted to bring up. I think that actually makes a lot of sense right now. If you did want to bring that up.
Whoa. Early 80s, starting birth years.
Early 80s.
I was 81.
You're 80,
dude.
I was pretty much 76.
That's the earliest 80 you can be in. Early 80.
Oh, God, so I'm part of that shit too.
God.
I am a homo, so
the club,
yeah, whatever.
We're all big pussy faggots.
I am curious.
That's the name of the show.
The Pussy Faggots. I love it, man.
BPFs.
It's a tattoo tonight.
Yeah, we change it tomorrow. Guys, did you want the comic, Quinn?
But that's okay. So I did. If you did want to bring that up, that's fine.
Are we starting an R&B song?
Sorry. What
Yeah.
I did want to say is that you brought up something earlier when you mentioned millennials, and I was like, I don't know if we fit in that category. John just brought it up. You said they weren't having sex.
Oh yeah.
You said there was an article where millennials weren't having sex.
Yeah.
I'm fucking millennial shit.
John is literally fucking up our curve.
Yeah.
Like nobody's business.
Oh,
because no,
God.
what I was gonna say is I was like, oh, if I'm a millennial,
That just
fuck
that
these guys. I don't fit in that.
Yeah, punch that up, Oaks, because I would say that flies like in the face of. Okay, there's two conflicting things. On one hand, I know millennials that like legit use Tinder, like especially girls that are doing the Lord's work, and they like for business fly to a different city, and they're just like on Tinder getting fucked.
Yeah.
Like really, like legit Mother Teresa shit compared to them.
I'm gonna share them after this show.
The study found that the Americans born in the 90s, I mean, and again, this
Okay, so
Come on, that's
90s. Okay,
much
yeah, so
more.
we're looking at 20-year-olds. Yeah.
are the most likely to be sexually inactive in their early 20s, much less active than those born in the 80s and earlier. Zeroing in on the subjects between 20 and 24, the study reported that 15% of those surveyed had had no sexual partner since turning 18. This is quite a rise when compared with those born before them. Only 6% of those born in the 60s reported no partners in their early 20s. The only generation having less sex in their early 20s were those born in the 1920s. So,
Yeah, because they're off getting murdered by the Nazis.
I read this article, and like you can't argue with those hate facts right there.
Yeah.
But the reasoning behind it that whoever this author was proposing, I totally disagree with. She was saying there's an increase in ambition, which no. An uptick in distractions, which is definitely true.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
A surge in stress, no.
What?
People were drafted to go to war.
Self-proclaimed stress.
Yeah,
the
really.
power of porn, which is definitely true.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
And an increase in empowerment. Young women today feel more empowered than those of earlier generations to say no when a sexual situation makes them uncomfortable. So they're basically saying everybody was like
Getting raped. Yeah.
What I was actually gonna say was like, how many of those is guys being like, oh no.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
I'm not gonna risk it.
That's scary. Yeah,
Seems crazy, yeah.
She seems crazy.
Yeah.
She keeps asking.
I hate that shit. I've definitely had situations where like a girl was tipsy and like we just like made out and I cut it off there, and the next day they were like, I wasn't so good with that. I'm like, thank fucking God I did not plow this woman, because I'm like, okay.
You've had that? No.
Oh yeah.
The other
like,
one where my friends were like,
want to go to court for kissing? Because
yeah,
like,
she was ready to go down, dude. She was ready to get insane with you.
Oh yeah.
And you just walked away. And I was like, she was drunk. And
No,
they were
no,
like,
no. You cut me
yeah,
off.
that's all she could talk about.
You cut me off making me sound like a kiss rapist. I'm saying like we were
No, I
kissing
understand.
and the girl wanted more, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't. And the next day I'm like, thank fucking God I did not, because yeah, I'd be finding out how I looked in stripes.
Or when they like wake up the next day and they're like, what? Did we do anything last night? And they're like, no, but
Like, you pissed my bed, you savage bitch.
It's crazy that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
I
with you?
don't like that. It's to all the women out there, if you're the kind of drunk that seems very sober, like just stop drinking,
Just
because you're
stop
a
it.
misleading evil witch
Right.
woman.
You're insane.
But dude, I think all this can be attributed to like porn, obviously, is a huge one, and like the distraction thing. Like I feel like a lot of chicks are on those dating apps, not even to like meet dudes, they just like want the fucking attention that they get from talking and texting whatever dudes or whatever. And guys, like, I mean, there's the porn thing, and well, actually, I don't know. I mean, I feel like guys, there's no excuse for guys not to be getting laid way more often these days than before. Like, if you have the power
With social
of all those
media,
I'm sorry,
things,
yeah.
like there's I don't
Tinder
understand
exists, and in the years since I was on Tinder, it's apparently become
It literally
everything
spells
I
out.
wanted it to be.
Exactly. Yeah, it literally spells out like you were going to have sex tonight, as long as you can say yes.
As long as you can aim low, yeah. Like fucking
As long as you
be
know how to
real.
say yes, you're gonna have sex tonight, dude.
There's apparently all kinds of super likes now or some shit that
You would
peers through a
never
girl
get
like not swiping. I mean, you can just pay a couple bucks and get in some chick's inbox, so to speak.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'd say
what?
the porn explains the guys not banging as much, and all the distractions in the apps, the dating apps, explains the chicks not banging as much because they don't have to meet up with a dude who had the guts to talk to them at a bar to go on a date. Like they can just sit there and sift through the 20, 30 messages they got in the past hour and just do shtick with him via text rather than like having to fucking go out there and do something with it.
Where everyone can be a hero because you have at least 5 to 10 minutes of being like, what's a witty, funny thing to say?
So
But you
annoying.
can't actually talk to somebody. You know
So
what I mean?
annoying.
It's so we've talked about
I
this
work
before.
very hard to get
Right?
quick. Yes, and in bed.
And
It's so like
yeah,
someone
in both scenarios. You're like,
Yeah.
I need to get there as best I can
get out,
and
exactly.
get out.
It was a fucking blackout position. Don't linger. So yeah, I go nuts when someone who seems to be all clever and bantery, because that's a word, and then you meet them in person, they're fucking quiet like an autistic. You're like, what the hell have you had
And
sex?
we're like, that's right.
They got the purger
You
going.
had an entire day to respond to me.
Yeah.
So of course you thought of
Plenty
something
rough
funny
drafts.
to say.
Yeah. Oh, fucking maddening.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, it is really rough.
I mean, dude, if you could, I always say this, like if you could do a job interview via text rather than like sitting there
Mhm.
nervously in somebody's office, like
Mhm.
everybody would get
You'd crush it.
hired, yeah, right away.
No, you make a good point, because you just get the world to ponder.
100%. You send them a dick tape.
Sit back. Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
I'm currently taking a
It's via
shit.
text.
That's why I'm so relaxed.
Bam.
My,
Yeah.
my rectum is dilated like I'm giving
Rachel
birth.
rocks.
Rachel rocks. You and your name brand porn
I
stars.
love my name brands.
Speaking of those porn stars, we were talking about the Snapchat thing earlier.
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh my
speaking of
God.
why millennials don't fuck, you can just
Yes.
go on Snapchat.
Yeah,
and
porn
random
stars
girls
are
are
just a
like,
dime
yeah.
a dozen, yeah.
So are you guys on Snapchat? I don't know if you.
I'm not, but I
Dabble.
plan on doing it for the show. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I say for the show, fingers crossed.
Yeah, like I had an original Papa's Basement account where I followed some of my friends. I always talk about following Grant Paulson from the station.
Yeah.
And then it degenerates into like finding naked girls.
Yeah, that's what it always comes down
Yeah,
to.
and so I made, this is why, by the way, any society is doomed.
Yeah.
So I delete that account. I'm like, it's a fresh start. Just gonna have a fucking like new account,
Right.
I'm just on dirty Snapchat on Reddit finding girls. They're like, hey, I just took a load across my ass. I'm like, well, you seem like a sweet young lady. Sure, let's follow you.
it's a weird.
That's
like
like nature.
I don't snap a goddamn, like I'm the biggest just one-sided consumer
Yeah.
on that. I put out nothing and I never intend to.
I mean, it's nothing but like selfies and like
The filters, my God, the fucking filters. What is
yeah,
this?
Oh,
filters. There's a new
yeah.
filter every day. You can make yourself look like a new animal.
Oh my, like a girl will be like, here's my tits and I have a dog nose. I'm like, Jesus, is this what you guys are beating off to?
And right?
But I think it started out as like a way to send like saucy pics without like worrying about them saving it because there's a timer and
Yeah.
you know, there's a screenshot, a notification.
Yeah,
I think before it was actually disabled. But now like all these celebs are using it to like build their brand. And I forget where I saw it. I saw it in like one of those like, I think it was like, you know, like complex.com. It's like a brother magazine. Like it's
Yeah, no, I know a complex. Yeah,
always got
it's like nylon, right? It's like, I think they're the exact same.
wait, what's not?
Hold on.
They think they're exact same style magazine.
It's like a rap, like hip hop.
You and I both do Brazzers, but you lost my
Oh, it's-
complex.
every
It's
time
not
I-
that.
No,
right?
no, yeah,
It's
it's
not
like
even
that,
that in the slightest.
It's
It's
like,
like fresh kicks and fresh jeans.
Yeah, and anytime I look, like I type in like some
And the hot chicks.
degenerate porn, sex-related search into Google, there's always a complex article about it. And I think like like they'll have like top 15 porn stars with big hooties or whatever. And I think like I don't know how I came across it, but it was like the top 10 porn star Snapchats. And I clicked on it and I was like, oh shit, I know some of these.
This is free. Fuck
yeah.
So I added them, and I think this is like Kelsey Monroe, Christina Rose.
Which, by the way, like Snapchat by itself isn't like, it doesn't just give you like a list of people, right? Like,
Yeah.
you have to search them out.
It's
right?
hard to find them. Yeah, like
So
you can't
I
search
feel
for people.
weird to build a brand.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, it'll definitely get that search feature will definitely like improve over the years. But yeah, now you got to like either know their username or have their phone number to follow them.
But I want to hear these names.
So I'll give it to you after the show. But yeah, so like I'm following like three or four porn stars.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let's see what they post. And
Twisted
which is kind of weird because like it's like porn stars, all my younger cousins and siblings. People I haven't spoken to in 4 years I knew from radio. Mm-hmm. So that's like all my feed.
No, it's horrible. Like you can't get a good jerk on. Like you go, I still don't even get like there's both sending a message where someone just sends you in essence, I don't know, like a direct message.
Yeah, you can do that.
But then there's like the timeline feed or some shit like that. Yeah, so you just hit like watch timeline, I guess, and then it cascades through all your friends. So yeah, one might be like some girl that's here's my pearl necklace, tee. And then it's like a chick you know playing with her two young sons. You're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, I would never rely on that app to
That was the same chick.
Yeah, like that's how you get into weird shit sexually. Like this probably isn't real psychology on any level, but I feel like if I'm jerking off and I'm next to a leaky bathroom, like, you know, too long, like the smell of shit will start getting me hard. I'll be like...
So like, I started like seeing their snaps pop up at the top of my feed all the time because they're constantly posting like pictures and videos of themselves.
They have to be in front of the
like
camera.
more than normal.
You mean a porn star vein?
Yeah. And so I like started watching these videos thinking like it was just gonna be them posing like pictures of their butts spread open and stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's not that at all. What it is, and this is consistent like across the board with all of them. I mean, I follow like 3, but they all just constantly either beg for money, like saying, I'm doing my new naked cam show, blah, blah, blah. If y'all can come on, I really... Like one girl's talking about how she's buying her daughter a bunk bed and she needs money to to buy the bunk bed.
The fuck she does.
And they either do that, they complain about like the most like mundane shit ever. Like talking about like one girl, Christina Rose, was bitching about a dude at Giant who wouldn't move his shopping cart when like she was trying to get through, and she was talking about it like somebody had just fucking raped her dog.
Like it was
going insane about it. Yeah, and I was like, this chick is fucking nuts. And so they do that. They beg for money. They complain about ridiculous shit, or they fucking brag about like insane things that they spend money on, like.
Jesus.
Like they put like the amount on it too. Like they can type like
this handbag, $3,000.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Like,
exactly. I'm like, you're just fucking begging for
money. You're just gonna put dildos in there. Get the fuck out of here.
You just ziploc like that.
I was gonna say, I was like, use a giant bag just like the rest of them.
Dude, it's fucking crazy, man. And it's weird too, because like I said, like she was talking about buying a bunk bed for her daughter,
right?
And I was like, yo, like
IKEA ain't that bad.
That not only that, but it's like that snap was in between, literally a fucking video of you stuffing a dildo up your butt.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Who is your audience?
Where are your priorities?
What demo are you going for with these snaps? So
I like
hearing that. I feel the show might need to do some
buttholes.
You're right,
but I don't think you're doing enough charity work. You know, like what the fuck.
But so I mean, I never really respected them as fucking artists, but now, like after seeing these snaps, I'm like, these fucking chicks are awful. Like I fucking hate them.
You hate them as human beings.
Like I'm gonna have a hard time jerking it to Christina Rose after watching her fucking bitch about that guy not moving his shopping cart. Because I'm like, you're a fucking terrible human being. Like I don't know. I mean, I
do it with the sound off and turn on a cooking show just like I do. It's
yeah, you're right.
Yes, it is the olive oil.
It is funny. Like if someone is that horrible, it doesn't matter how hot they are, even just in your fantasy jerks, it doesn't really work. Like you have to think like, oh, when she's busy not taking dick for dollar bills, like she's fucking like she's maybe reading a book, like she has a smart side, she has a rescue cat, you know, like she has a nice pet.
Dollar Club.
Yeah. And she's like fucking watching some Stanley Kubrick every so often, because that's my girl. And no, I'm just saying, but yeah, you're right. It's just some
porn star is into like good film.
Oh, yeah. I was doing The Shining, and then I got spit roasted for Black.com, and
Yeah, it does kind of ruin them. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it because I was like, what was I expecting? But
Exactly.
yeah, it just
You're like, oh, it's only horrible,
I'm
broken people getting taped on camera for money.
As far as the movie thing goes, I am trying to remember the girl's name, and I won't remember it while I try and steal the mics here. But she's from Maryland. She has sparrow tattoos. Yeah, she has sparrow tattoos. Andy Santimas, actually, if you know her. Andy Santimas. She likes a lot of Ralph Bakshi movies, which he's the guy who made Fritz the Cat, and he made Heavy Traffic, and he made Wizards, and all these like adult animation movies. Yeah. Personally, I think that's cool.
How'd you find that out?
Because
let's just end with like a 10-minute circle jerk to her.
Because
complete silence.
Yeah, she's from the area. An ex-wife of mine,
Nikki Sandimas. She's your ex-wife.
Knew her. Knew her through some schoolmates. So
after the divorce, did you try to get your ex-wife?
I tried to during the relationship.
Yeah, of course.
If we were going to watch a video of her, that did not play over well.
Oh, really? The hot slutty girl,
by the way,
in high school.
See, next time you see me when I'm in Bruce's,
that made her life hell.
Any of this? Yeah, it's going to be well.
That she wasn't cool with you watching that when you were intimate.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but.
That's weird because I love it if my chick was like, here's a tape of the quarterback. Can I watch him?
Such cool movies like that.
All right.
Did you like, I'm sorry, you said you found that out how again?
I actually found that out from one, my ex-wife, but then two, like a friend.
Oh, so like somebody told, okay.
Oh, like a couple of friends. They were like, yeah, she goes to school in that area. I don't even.
Oh, Brookfield Elementary.
It was like Brookfield, Maryland. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but they all knew her. She was kind of in like the alt punk scene, like we were at the time.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, she takes some dick, And then they were like, boom.
She's also like, kind of
cultured. She's out in Las Vegas, and then next thing you know, they were like, she made it. She made it, and she's like. Actually, like she didn't get murdered. She didn't get murdered. She's actually like on screen.
That's weird that porn is a thing.
Is a semi, famous porn star. So
it's bizarre that you can be like she made it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm sorry
because the alternative is like literally you were a prostitute or you got murdered.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's nothing worse than being like a failed porn star. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than being murdered.
I was paid to have sex on camera a lot, but it never really happened.
Right? No, that's a lot of people, and you probably still jerk to them.
Dude, that's got to be the worst.
Right? No, that's got to be a lot of people though. But it's like somebody where like their name resonates throughout.
Well, I think most of the women that wash out.
Well, she won like AVN awards.
No shit! Wow. Yeah. So she's a class act. I feel most of the chicks that wash out will do it very briefly. And then they forget like the internet exists. Yeah. And like some guy from their hometown is like, "Oh, you're a whore. I saw you on camera," and that's it. They're done with it.
Yeah. I mean, have you guys seen that Netflix documentary? That I forget what it's called. It's about like chicks who want to get into porn.
So it's the opposite of that. I saw you on that thing that one time. Whatever that documentary is.
About the extras.
Yeah, the guy that was on that thing one time.
Netflix tried to get me to watch that for like 8 years.
It's kind of good.
It's finally faded.
It's really not that bad, yeah. But I mean, there's no chicks, so you're like, because obviously she would have been fine, and I would have watched that.
Yeah, this one's like, I forget what it's called, but it's it like follows like 4 very young girls, like 20 years old, who moved to like some porn star house in Florida. Where some dude
so it's like the Backstreet Boy house for the porn version.
He gives them like room and board, and he like helps them book their things and stuff. He's sort of like their pimp, but not really, because they totally like walked all over him the whole time.
Did he get fucked by any of them?
No.
Okay. He needs to kill himself.
I mean, if he did, I would be very surprised. But they all flamed out for their own reason. Like one girl, they showed her like. They followed her when she went back home to like some small podunk town in Illinois, and like her family's crying. And she's like,
"Why with the black? Why?"
And so like each of them, like for their own reasons, just flamed out and decided not to do it. And I was like, man, those girls went all in, and it was the biggest mistake of it.
It doesn't go anywhere. No porn site ever deletes. Like you can still go to a site that I used to jack to in '95. Called nometro.com/Megan. And like that bitch is like the redheaded, has the same hair of Rachel from Friends. Like it is so it's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but her red twat instead. Yeah, I forget if it's with an H or not. And it is just this bizarre time capsule of a woman who's now got to be like, I don't know, fucking 40 or something. But here she is, like early 20s, naked, and will be until after she's dead. And this site still acts like it's getting updates. It still is ready to take your money if you want to. Like so many porn stars, dude, are like Tupac. Like over 5 years, they make just thousands of scenes and then they drop out. Yeah, and this shit's coming out like goddamn years later. Like the real fans on their message board will be like, oh, you know, like Savannah's left leg was lost in a motorcycle accident 6 years ago. You're like, I just saw her get fucked and she had a boat.
Old school site too.
Yeah, it looks like a GeoCities with pussy. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah, she definitely.
Should I tip her?
But that site will never go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing they have on their side for like not making it though is like, unless you like, actually, it probably spreads like wildfire once like somebody in your town, your hometown.
Holy shit! Yes.
Yeah, but it's probably not as easy to like find them if they're like interviewing for a job. If they didn't really make it, you know what I mean? Because if they got just like one scene out there on xvideos.com.
Like a legit like casting couch video, like.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like they can definitely like hide that and kind of have a normal like life if
I guess you could be like, it's a girl that looked a lot like me. It's not me.
Well, I'm saying like it would be hard for like a job recruiter to find a chick who only made one porn video when she had a quick stint, like, you know.
Yeah, I suppose it's versus a huge career.
Yeah, versus like a Taylor Rain.
Like Nina Hartley becoming a school nurse.
But yeah, dude, these chicks are fucking horrendous. And the other thing is, I remember seeing them on Reddit. Ask Me Anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually every fucking 2 weeks they'll have a new porn star who like wants to promote her new whatever bukkake video.
Yeah,
and they're always the exact same. They will respond to the fucking worst questions ever, and they're like monosyllabic responses. You know what I'm saying? Like they like give you nothing, and they think the fact that they're just there and giving you like quick responses to your dumb hornball questions is enough to like classify them as like a celebrity. Like it's like, do you know what you are?
Yeah, you're there with. I think Don and Mike used to always say, as DJs, we're one rung above circus clowns. Like they're on that tier. Right. They're like DJs and circus clowns and porn stars.
Yeah.
Like it's as many guys know you and jack to you. It's actually like podcasters too. As many guys appreciate what you do, you're not making any fucking money off it for the most part. What you looking up, Pedro?
Oh, just a couple things.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just a couple of things and nothing. I was looking at your little DC Metro girl. Their old
no Metro?
Yeah, no Metro.
Is she like still? Do you follow her on Twitter or anything like that? Or
dude, that girl was
still alive?
Born by '98.
She did the fake her death bit.
She just legit this was back in the infancy of porn when like a girl like this now would be a cam girl or something, but back then there was this whole network of just girls that got naked and never took D or anything on screen. But it's just like, hi, we're so cute. Look at us, girl next door. Tee.
She got in early.
Yeah, and that entire ring of porn is still, that whole network, whatever the fuck, I guess the No Metro network, is still alive and kicking with, like chicks that were...
That was like all the Lightspeed girls.
Yeah, just like chicks that never knew that,
Next Door Nikki.
Next Door, yeah. That's Monica and Chandler.
Yeah, get in there soon, yeah.
Like that.
We're on a break.
Yeah, that shit is legit weird to me.
So I mean, again, once we have the video element, like it'd be funny to pull up these steps because you guys won't believe like the way these chicks are acting, but you just have to take my word for it. They're freaking horrendous people.
You twisted my arm.
And I can't believe guys watch that and they're like, oh shit, she needs money for some Christian Louboutin shoes. All right.
Yeah.
What's the fact that these chicks have Amazon wish lists and they're like,
and then dudes buy shit.
Dude, that blows my mind.
It's insane.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Y'all know we got a Patreon, right?
Oh yeah. Go to our Patreon.
I ain't even trying to buy 1,000 count of sheets. Like, what the hell? No, she's like, hey, I saw this thing. I want a GoPro. And you're like, You just sit on your back. What the fuck do you need a GoPro for?
Dudes will pony up the cash.
Yeah, and she'll be like, I get a GoPro, don't worry.
It is weird to me that, like, if you had a legit connection with a porn star, I could see it. Like, she lives down the street and is like, get me this. You're like, am I getting fucked?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. You're not.
Sure, yeah.
Even
I'm
if
not a
like, if
human.
you had like a tiny bit of a shot, like you have like their email address. But this is just like they're getting
anonymous
thank you.
snap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, Monkey Skull 42. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
King Dick 47.
Oh, God. Do we have anything we want to do on top of that? Or did we hit hour-ish? Do we want to do more? What is to your liking? Was that a good first show? Or whatever the fuck we're going to call this?
Yeah, we got to come up with a name.
I think this gets us nice and loose.
For
the shows.
Okay,
I thought that this was a good intro to all of us.
Yeah.
Porn is always a good lubricant.
It never fails. I could, you know what, like, sometimes I worry, I'm like, I could never do a one-man radio show like some sort of right-wing lunatic does. You get me on this topic, I'll do a fucking, like, Strom Thurmond 20-hour filibuster.
I was just going to say, I was like, you know, I think that can handle a one-man porn show.
Oh, God, I could be. 97 was the year of masturbating.
Absolutely, yeah. They're like, you had to wait 20 hours for 230 kb. We used to keep them on floppies.
Yeah, exactly.
Now my floppy, I would.
99, I got my first T3, and my sexual revolution was thus born.
IRC.
All right, well, we can do our.
I'm just staring at DC Metro Megan right now. She's just,
Yeah, no, all
I
you
kept
guys
her
can go and beat off to it later. Yeah. Is it Megan with an H or no H?
Throw in a couple of dollars.
So all the masturbators at home, MEGAN, no metro.com.
Then match our
Megan,
Patreon.
Yeah, man. No, God bless that old fire crotch and her tastefully done hair.
yeah, man. She's probably like in her 50s now, right?
Oh, that brings a
has
tear
to
to
be.
my eye. No.
You should hunt her down, man. You should find her.
Oh, God, desperately seeking Megan. I think she's got 10 on me, probably.
Okay.
Like, I was probably
That's
checking
hella
her out
close,
90. What does she look like here? Like, she could be anywhere from, like, early 20s to late 20s, I guess.
Yeah, she's
late 20s.
Do you think so? Okay, so she might be pushing, Jesus, we're all going to die. We are all just talking skulls and
pretty
saying,
soon, yeah.
fuck. If Megan is almost 50.
She's probably like a real estate agent and
Yeah, that woman is no younger than 27, 28 years old.
Okay, so I was looking at that when I was 15, 16, so she is like 45, 46. Jesus
see her on the
Christ.
show.
I love how we're talking about her like she's served in World War II.
Yeah.
That
Bless
old,
her soul.
that old fucking bitch.
No, I know. Yeah, when she comes in, yeah, we give her all 21 guns.
Yeah, you know what?
That's
Oh, so you want to do the guest thing. You get me goddamn no Metro Megan.
It's gonna be tough, but
Holy shit. Yeah, well, I guess just talk to the site owner and be like, who was this person?
yeah, right.
I just love how she's a redhead and Megan is such an Irish name. I'm like, clearly that's her real name.
Dude, I bet you she is like so far out of the game that she doesn't even make money off this
I
stuff.
don't know. She just
Like,
sold the photos. You're absolutely right. I
some
bet.
dude probably just like owns that character and that entity.
Yeah.
And she's just like I said, just living a normal life while some dude's making money off her boob pics.
What a great time to be alive, though. Like, imagine nometro.com/Megan is your friend's mom, and you find this, and of course you spread it throughout the school, because why the fuck wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And like the rest of your days, you just beat this chick in her prime, and then she's making you PBJs too.
There's some lucky kid out there.
Yeah.
That's the best part to think about. That's what helps me sleep at night. Is there's always some kid, somebody's mom. They found.
Yeah. I mean, like all porn stars
It's
have
great.
kids.
It's
Right.
great.
They're not fucking.
Yeah.
They're fucking. They're getting filled with loads. It's like literally their
Those
craft.
amazing young individuals.
Yeah, and I feel when the cameras
It
go
does.
off, they're into sex too.
Yeah, it does talk the other day. Yeah, because it's like, you burned out too soon, kid.
Yeah, single cam.
Life's only gonna go downhill from here. Sorry.
I saw an MTV True Life of like kids of porn stars.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It was probably exactly how you guys imagined, like kids being super
A lot of
depressed.
juggalos.
And
I have to make my own food.
yeah.
4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Happy Thanksgiving, me.
The house guests, like the people that come over.
Oh, no.
Like, you know, Lexington Steel.
I was just gonna say Uncle Lex Steele.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Holy fucking
He can
shit.
fit a whole loaf.
Just like a picture of John the Wad Holmes on the wall, like a Christ picture.
Oh. John the
That's
Wad.
a nice pull, man.
God.
Oh yeah, I'm old as shit. John Wad, John Keys, and Peg. I can go for the whole Swedish erotica thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I guess we can call it a day. I feel that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to episode 1.
You guys have a lot of fappage to catch up on.
Yeah, that we do.
All right, so whatever the hell we're calling this, right now we're going to host it on inpopsbasement.com, but eventually we'll get like maybe 10 episodes together and launch a whole different page.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
I like it.
Yeah, you want to follow me, John, on Twitter. I'm at Papa's Basement. Again, the show is Papa's Basement if you want to find all the other episodes. And while we're doing this and we haven't named it, this show will be there as well.
At Othello BT. Follow me.
Yeah.
And I am Pete. Maybe you can see me on Papa's Basement. You can see me on this show, and whatever this show is called. And then you can see me also on a couple 30 episodes that we're going to be doing, and catch us on the Papa's Basement YouTube. I think anything that we do from here or wherever, we're probably going to have on the Papa's Basement stuff for a little bit. So just make sure you're keeping up with that kind of content.
Cool.
And also, maybe not on Tumblr.
I hate that fucking URL.
Fucking love it.
I'm at your mom's house.
Why did I grab that? It's dumb.
That's your bag.
So the text.
I want to hear all of you scream the hell out your guts! Here we go! I'm up here right there. Fucking no shit. Fucking blowjob real quick, so.